Alright, in this video I'm going to show you how to actually do the graph for the wire lab, okay, using Excel. There is a way to do it with all of that stuff there. So the first thing I'm going to do is I actually want to label these, so I'm going to insert a row above that. I'm actually going to insert another row. Okay, so there we go. So this is going to be, first thing to do is have a nice looking data table, right? You know, voltage in volts is our units, and this is current amps, right? And then these were actually approximately plus or minus 0, right? So that is plus or minus, and then I wonder if I can find that. Insert a symbol. Mathematical operators, there we go. Okay, there's like a wavy, approximately equal. That's our friend. Where is he? Oh, there it is, right there. Insert. Oh, there it inserted two of them. That's crazy. Okay. Approximately 0, right? So the uncertainty of that guy is approximately 0. This guy is plus or minus. Whoops. Okay, 0.3, right? And the way we arrived at that 0.3 of an amp is that what the smallest division was 0.5, and this is true for your wire lab. Half of 0.5 is 0.25. We'd round it to 0.3 because our uncertainty is half of the smallest division, right? Now these guys, oh, an error. Okay, no, I don't want that. Okay. I'm not trying to type a formula, so let's put a space there. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, so let's go here and let's go format cells. Now I need to make this thing I need to show the places that I did, right? So there it is, 1.00, all this stuff, right? And then these have to have the same precision, right? So I'm going to format the cells, and I had them to 1 decimal place, right? So now it's all 1 decimal place, 2 decimal places, right? So IB is going to be happy about that. I might even want to put format cells, go to the border here, and put a little, make it all a little bit fancy like that. So when we print it out, it's in a nice table, right? And I might even want to call this sheet data, right? And then I don't need those sheets, right? It's like, ooh, look at that, right? We're fancy now. Okay, now what we want to do is make a graph of this, okay? But remember that we need to do a graph not only of these lines, but we need to do like a least slope and a most slope, right? So the least slope is actually going to go from, well, plus or minus 0.3. The lowest then would be 0.7, right? In other words, it's 0.4 plus 0.3. And then I'm going to bring this guy down 3.1, right? So that's 3.4 minus 0.3, right? So this is another series over here, right? The least slope line goes from the highest the low could be to the lowest the high could be. And the most steep is exactly the opposite, right? It's going to be the lowest this could be, which is 0.1, right? To the highest this could have been, which is 3.7. So I've created these other series out here, right? So now I'm going to go like this, select this. When you select it, it always makes this the x-axis, and these become series on the y-axis. So I'm going to insert a chart, which is the same as this little guy here, right? Insert a chart. It's always an x-y scatter. Never make a line graph unless you're an economist, right? Next. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay. Next, the chart title is current versus, so it's always y versus x, right? The x-axis is in volts. The next one is current in amps, right? And then next one, let's make it a new sheet and let's call it the graph. There we go. Here's our graph. The legend does not live on. Okay, plot frame, format the plot area. What's wrong with a white plot area? Okay, there we go. Okay, so here's our beautiful graph here, and the first thing I want to do is let's put a trend line through here, the best fit line, right? Linear is what we want. Go to options, display the equation on the chart. There it is, right? So this is our best fit line. Okay. There we go. Okay, so this is our best fit. And I'm going to just, these are text boxes, so I'm just going to go best fit. There we go. Okay. And now we need to do a line in here between these guys. Right? So this guy, this will be our steepest one, right? And it's only got 2 points in this whole series, right? Add a trend line, linear, like that, display the equation, boom. Right? So this is steepest. Is that guy right there, and then this is add a trend line, linear, options, display equation. This will be the least steep, the unsteepest. The least steep line. There we go. Okay, so steepest, best fit. We got all these things. This is beautiful. Okay. Okay, so now we can read that, but now this doesn't look good because we've got this like this big yellow triangle on there, right? So I'm going to go right-click, Format Data Series. So I actually right-clicked on that point. Whoops, let's get the point there. Format Data Series, and then see where it says marker. Let's not use a marker for it. Ooh, it's gone now. Right, and then we go in here and right-click on that guy, Format Data Series. So right-click here, plot area, right-click on the line. Right? It's like, it's very fancy, but let's right-click on there. Whoops. Let's right-click on the actual point. Data series. There we go. So data series, click on none. There we go. Now it's like, ooh, what's it marking? Nothing. Okay, so now you can go in here. We want to actually put error bars on these guys. So right-click on the point, right? Not on the axis, not on the grid line, it's like, there we go, right click on the point. I'm right clicking that guy. Format data series, there we go. See where it says error bars? We're going to put Y error bars on there, and we're going to put both. Yeah, and the fixed value is of course 0.3 because that's our uncertainty, right? It's like, isn't that fancy? And it looks like we drew those lines to the points just like IB wants us to. Isn't that nice? That is so nice. Okay, now, what we can do with this thing, right, is we can go in here and we can figure out the resistances, right? So the resistance here is R equals 1 divided by 0.4893. All right, and now we need a calculator. It's like, I don't have a calculator. Okay. Yes, I do. Okay, wow, that's a fancy calculator. Okay, 1 divided by 0.4893 is 2.04, right? I doubt we'll have that. I'll just write that down, though. 2.04, right? 2.04 ohms. Insert. Do we have that symbol? Let's see, format. No, we don't have the possibility of inserting a symbol. Okay, I'm just going to write ohms. I want to be all fancy, right? 2.04 ohms, okay. The least steep one, R, is equal to and this will be the maximum resistance, 1 divided by 0.4, which is equal to, what would that be? Well, 0.4 is 2/10 of 5 halves, or 2/10, 10, no. 0.4 is 4/10, so 10 over 0.4. 10 over 4 is 2.5, is that right? I'm such a space. Okay, space case here, let's go. 1 divided by 0.4 is 2.5, yes, I knew that. 2.5 ohms, right? Oh, that's nice. Why did it move that? It Okay, so then now we just need to do the least steep, right? So R is, and this will be I'm sorry, this is the steepest, but this will be the minimum resistance, right? So R equals 1 divided by 0.6, which that'll come out even, right? So that's going to be 1 divided by 0.6. 1.66666666666. Okay, equals, whoops, 1.67 ohms. I guess we should, to be fair, make that 2.50 ohms, right? Okay, so now we've got the least steep there, right? Now we've got the best. We think it's about 2 points. It's probably going to be like 2.0, right? Is as high as 2.5, as low as 1.67, and now we can do what the actual resistance is, plus or minus whatever, right? So I'm going to draw a text box here. Okay, so R equals 2.0 plus or minus. Why is my font suddenly sort of strange here? Okay, plus or minus. Well, what you're going to do is it's always high minus low, that whole thing divided by 2, right? So whenever you have like a high and a low, right, divide that by 2, right? So it's 2.0 plus or minus 1. So this is going to equal 2.5 minus 1.66666666667. Okay, divided by 2, right? I think this calculator looks like it's fancy. Maybe it's got parentheses. Oh, it does. Look at that. Okay, let's clear it. Okay, we're all excited about this. So it's going to be left parenthesis 2.5 minus 1.66666. Oh no, what did I do? I did something bad. Okay. I need to right parenthesis. Oh, it doesn't show them, but that's okay. That's what it would be, right? Okay, and then divided by 2 equals 4.1, right? Okay, so 4.1667, or I'm sorry, 0.416666, right? Okay, so we have to write our uncertainties as a value plus or minus a value that has one sig fig. So clearly what we want to do is use the 0.4 as our uncertainty, right? So we're going to say R equals 2.0. Oh wait, oh, I don't have a symbol. It doesn't let me. Oh, it does. It does. It does. Oh, this is exciting. Look at that. Ooh. Plus or minus 0.4. Okay, and the reason that we have to say 2.0 is that the uncertainty is in the tenths place, and so we can say the tenths place, but certainly it would be silly to say 2.04 plus or minus 0.4, because 0.4 would be so much more than 4 hundredths, right? So there is our. Let's take that, make that really big. Okay, so that's essentially how you can do this with Excel. Now, I did ask you to do it with. I did ask you to do it by hand, but certainly the Wire Lab you could do it this way. I hope that helps.